Today we're looking at perhaps the Avengers' most persistent and deadly foe, Ultron, on Way I Got It Figured.
The way I got it figured.
What's up, figure fans? Way I Got It Figured back with another Marvel Legends review. This time we're looking at the Stature Build-A-Figure Wave Ultron figure. I got this figure at a local comic book store about 4 months ago, and he's been kind of just sitting around waiting to get reviewed. So, you know, here he is. One of the principal Avengers villains, one of the deadliest villains in the entire Marvel Universe, is Ultron, who is the creation of Dr. Hank Pym, aka Giant Man, aka Ant-Man, aka Yellow Jacket, aka the Wasp. And obviously, if you're an Avengers collector like myself, he is a must-have villain to match up with your heroes. So this figure is kind of a redo of the Crimson Dynamo, I think, wave Ultron. Maybe not Crimson Dynamo. I'll figure out who it was, but he was in a previous Build-A-Figure wave, and I think the head is different, but the body is the exact same as the previous Ultron figure. So what we're gonna do is look at the package, take them out, examine them, do some posing. I'll probably talk about Ultron a little bit more and get you out of here with some final thoughts. So, as normal, starting with the packaging. Got a nice picture of Ultron with some Ultron comic art. The Kirby crackles in his mouth. Same picture in color here. On the side, we have the Stature Cassie Build-A-Figure wave, and Ultron comes with, looks like, the left arm of Stature, and then of course you can see all the other people in the wave. The Quantumania wave, but you got a couple of comic book people in Egghead, Crossfire, and of course Ultron. And on the back, we've got Ultron in a defiant pose. You can see the Build-A-Figure parts here and the extra accessories he comes with, which is 3 hands and some energy crackle. Okay, that's the package. Let's get them out, see what we got. Okay, so here's Ultron out of the package. And I must say, I do like how he's showing up on camera with his silver body. Of course, there I can see some marbling, but I don't know. I just don't really care about the marbling that much. It's silver plastic or gold plastic or whatever it happens to be. You know, in 10 years maybe there won't be any, but I probably won't be collecting action figures by then. So who knows? For now, this will do. But we can see his accessories here, as we showed on the box. He comes with 3 hands, so he's got basically a pair of fists, a pair of gripping hands, his Kirby crackles, and then he's got the one sort of clutching hand that comes installed on the figure. So of course we've got here our Cassie Stature Build-A-Figure arm and extra hand, which is kind of cool. But I have no plans to get anywhere near completing this wave, so it's not really all that useful to me. But this is what it looks like, and it does look nice if you're in the MCU, guys. So taking a closer look at Ultron. portrait is pretty cool. I don't know. I'd have to compare the old one. I know the body is exactly the same. I don't know if the other one's pinless. This one is. But this part is definitely the same. The torso. And I don't know if I would prefer the other face or this one. I mean, this one's fine. Let's cut that part out. But, you know, Ultron is a pretty sleek character. Not a whole bunch of detail, but all the details that there are have been captured in this Marvel Legends figure. It's got his sort of line things going on there. And his arms. Everything's, you know, as it should be. It's pretty cool. You don't have to, you know, there's not a whole lot to discuss. But his, you know, posability is the normal Marvel Legends posability. So we can do his head there, up, down, it's about there. Ab crunch is about there. Back, about there. Obviously, with the pinless arms, it's gonna be about there. It's got the wrist. The only thing I'm not necessarily plussed with so far is that while he has this hand, like he can't shoot repulsor beams out of his hands, even though the character can do that. So, you know, maybe I'm not all that happy about that. But despite having these, you know, his shoulder pad kind of dealios, he can do a complete T-pose. And obviously, his wrist rotates, swivels in the thighs. So he does have a low boot cut. And of course, he has ankle rockers. It's kind of interesting how some characters' boot cuts are up here and some are down here, or some don't have them. But he has the full range, and he can go to about there, kick to about there, kick backwards to about there. You know, pretty much the standard range. Nothing, he's not overly posable, but he's not under posable either. That's about average. And I gotta say, it's Ultron, you know. It should be a very easy figure to do because there's just not a whole lot to him. He's a big silver evil robot. And they did that about as well as you could do it. I wish I had a Hank Pym to compare him with, but I do have a couple of Avengers here, so we'll do some quick comparisons. Alright, so here's Ultron with 20th anniversary Captain America, and he is just a smidge taller than Steve. That makes sense. Here's Ultron with the 60th anniversary Black Widow. So you can see, you know, he's fairly tall. And, you know, he fits right in about the exact scale he should be. So that'll do it for our comparisons. Now I'll move on to final thoughts. Final thoughts on the Cassie Lang Wave Marvel Legends Ultron figure. It's he certainly is a decent figure. Pretty happy with him. He checks that Avengers box. There's not a whole lot to write home about, you know, with Ultron. It's like Ultron 8 version. And, you know, it's pretty cool. Ultron 7, 8, 9. They all have the same body. You know, he's pretty cool. Not a whole lot to expect out of him other than, hey, it's an Ultron. You need him for your Avengers display. And he does do the job for that. I think he's a solid 8 figure. If you have an Ultron, obviously you don't need this one. But I didn't have an Ultron, which makes him sort of a necessary figure to get. So I'm going to leave it at that. If you guys have been enjoying the content, you've been watching for a while, haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. It does help out the channel. Like the video, leave a comment. We love to engage with our viewers. If you have been rocking with me, let's keep it up. Keep rocking with me. We've got the content coming, stop motions coming, all kinds of things coming, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Make this a short one. Until then, everybody stay safe. See you guys on the next video. Peace.
The way I got it figured.